Welcome. I am so glad to be going through this material with you. We're going to be exploring the Bless missionary rhythms about how to better incarnate, to share the gospel wherever we happen to live, work, and play. And I just want to say congratulations on making an intentional investment on your spiritual growth. I'm super excited. I think this is going to be a really great thing. But before we get started and start looking at some good content, a few things I just want us to all bear in mind. I'm just going to hit 3 quick things for us to bear in mind as we are being in a group together, because we create culture. We create the group that we want to be. So here's a couple things to be in mind. First thing is engage. I know introverts and extroverts, that's kind of the classic division of people. We process information differently, we think about things differently, we engage differently, but the difference is don't lean out, lean in, okay? Because it may take you some time to kind of formulate some thoughts. Maybe someone has to say, hey, what do you think about this? Or maybe you're just talking all the time. No matter where you're at, I invite you to lean in, because the more you put into this, the more you're gonna get out of this. And it's going to be same thing as an exercise. The more you put into it, the more you get out. So exercise those muscles and get engaged in the conversation, the material, and in your group. The second thing is respect. I want you to have that in mind, because as we share, we're gonna get to know people. We're gonna get to know your stories, we're gonna get to know your kind of foibles and flaws, and maybe even share some of the things that are a bit sensitive. And so first thing I want you to think about when you're thinking about respect is group privacy. Respect the trust that these individuals in your group are placing on you. Don't share this outside. Don't share this with Joe Schmo on the street, with your spouse, whatever it is. Keep it inside the group. Respect the privacy and the trust that these individuals have put on you when they're sharing their stories. And the other thing is respect people's views, because we're coming from all different places in a spiritual walk. Some people are like, we're like right here, we're lockstep with Jesus. Other people are like, I am still kind of figuring this out and this is kind of new to me. Either one, that's great. And you're gonna probably say things that are like wrong. You're gonna say things that people don't agree with. You're gonna hear things that you're like, I don't think that's right. That's okay. And this isn't the time to have to correct people. You don't have to get on people's cases. You just get all the way off people's backs. You just have to respect not necessarily the views, but you do have to respect the person. So bear in mind, respect the people in your group, because God is growing all of us and we're all in different places. So let's respect what God is doing in each of our stories. And the third thing is, let's be gospel-centered people. Because with anything at Messiah, everything has to go back to Jesus. It all is all about Him. Bless is not a 5-step thing about how to get better at being a missionary. This is not a process. This is a tool to work out the truths of the gospel. This isn't something aside from, this is part of the gospel. And so because this is grace focused, that means that the former 2 guidelines that we just talked about of engaging and respecting, we're gonna fail at them. We're gonna miss the miss the mark. We're gonna do all sorts of things that are not quite focused on Jesus. And so Jesus is going to focus on us. He's going to say, hey, here's my grace. There's going to be grace, there's going to be forgiveness, there's going to be resolution, and it's all going to be part of what Jesus is doing. Grace is part of this process called growth. And so thanks again just for investing in your growth. I'm super excited again to be doing this with you. I'm praying that you're going to see more of God's heart for you, for His world, and for everything He wants to do in it. So God bless you as you begin this journey in a growth group.